And we're joined by Ben Stewart, the MLA for Kelowna West. You've had some things to say about these gym closures. What's that all about?
Well, you know, what I really felt after reconsideration, the order came in on the 22nd of December. Nobody really kind of with Christmas and New Year's kind of gave it the thought, but the impact on the owners of respectful gymnasiums that take the time to make certain that there's proper vaccination, card checking, cleaning, and all of those procedures that have been mandated under this COVID infrastructure, etc., were completely disregarded. No conversation with the gym owners about how they could open under a different set of rules, and that kind of to me was just wrong. And I think that after 2 years of making certain that we follow the rules, get vaccinated, now booster shots, etc., I just felt that there needed to be some reset in terms of using provincial health orders on businesses, whether it's gyms and fitness clubs, what about restaurants, all the other ones that are currently impacted by this current order.
You suggested that there really isn't enough hard evidence to suggest how much spreading might be taking place in workout gyms.
Well, the hard evidence was based on a different set of circumstances, in my opinion. I've seen the evidence that Dr. Henry's presented on a weekly and monthly basis about, you know, where these super spreader events have occurred, but that was prior to everybody getting double vaccinated. We're now insisting that they show their vaccine card at the door, make certain that they understand that they should be wearing a mask and that they have social distancing in place, at least until we understand Omicron, this variant. And I think that the situation is that it's a totally different world. I mean, it's 2 years later and we should be able to make some adjustments.
So you found this closure to be, what, arbitrary?
Yeah, arbitrary and disrespectful is the words that I would use.
Okay, there's one gym in West Kelowna that I think I'm not going out on a limb by saying it's probably the highest profile one in the province that is simply defying these orders. Any thoughts on the tact that they're taking?
Well, I think that there's a number of gyms that have defied these orders, and I don't know them all, and I certainly have heard lots about the one on the West Kelowna. But the reason for this is that none of the gyms were consulted or given the opportunity to come up with a solution. And we heard Kim Froome talk about that. I know Liz Sage, who runs Team Fitness. A lot of these people are very respectful of these orders, but the bottom line is you got to let these people make a living and keep working. And the fact that we can just turn the tap off and close them for a month. And yesterday they said that there's going to be these grants that are coming out for people. So if you have under 5 employees, you can get up to $5,000. But the application that they said was available is still not available today.
Do you think they should just allow gyms to reopen tomorrow?
Well, I think that the situation is that Dr. Henry and all the other experts are trying to understand the Omicron virus variant. And the problem with it is that they don't really know at this point. I mean, we hear all these experts around the world and it's, it's more virile, but the bottom line is that we need to make certain that people can go about their daily lives. The mental health and the well-being of people in Kelowna West and the rest of British Columbia are all being impacted. My colleague Dan Davies in Fort St. John put out a very similar letter. He's the one that I talked to on Monday about his kind of pushback because it's minus 35 and the idea that people can just run out and go for a walk and get exercise that way, snow and all the other things. So
just to clarify, it would be your view that the gyms should be allowed to present a scenario that they would find safe.
I think that the Ministry of Health did far more consultation with the restaurant industry because they're organized. The gym industry is a bunch of individual people that have different aspects in how they approach things. But I do think that there was no consultation to help kind of find a solution to being able to keep them open even on a reduced basis until we knew more about Omicron.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much for this.
Okay, good, Kent. Thanks very much.